3 a.m. The city is still asleep, but our journey to HUMANTAY Lake has officially begun. Our tour guide picked us up from the hotel, and now we're driving through the dark mountain roads of Peru, heading towards one of the most beautiful lakes in the country. It's cold, we're tired, but the excitement is unreal. After hearing so much about this place, we finally get to experience it for ourselves. And this is where the real adventure begins. From here, we have a long trek ahead of us, followed by a steep hike up the mountains. The air already feels thinner because of the altitude, and every step is starting to feel a little harder. But surrounded by these incredible views, it already feels worth it. The entire area is filled with horses, and even a few donkeys along the trail. A lot of people choose to ride horses to help them get to the top, and you can actually find horses available at multiple points throughout the journey. But if you decide to hike the whole way like us, it's around a 2-hour climb. And honestly, it's a serious workout. The altitude makes it even more challenging, and every step uphill tests your energy. But the craziest part is, the view gets more beautiful every single second. Snow-covered mountains, green valleys, fresh mountain air. It feels unreal the entire way up. HUMANTAY Lake was formed through thousands of years of glacial activity high in the Andes Mountains. The massive snow-covered HUMANTAY Mountain above the lake is part of the Andes mountain range, which itself was created millions of years ago when the Nazca tectonic plate slowly pushed underneath the South American plate. This process forced the land upward and formed these huge mountains. Over time, glaciers formed on top of the mountains because of the freezing temperatures at high altitude. As the climate gradually warmed, parts of those glaciers melted, and the meltwater collected in natural basins between the mountains, creating lakes like HUMANTAY. The reason the water looks so bright turquoise is because of tiny mineral particles from the glacier, often called glacial flour. When sunlight hits the water, those particles reflect blue and green wavelengths, giving the lake its famous color. Even today, the lake continues to be fed by melting glacier water from the surrounding snowy peaks. There isn't an exact date for when HUMANTAY Lake was discovered, because local indigenous Andean communities, especially the Quechua people, have known about this lake for centuries. For them, the surrounding mountains were considered sacred long before tourism existed here. HUMANTAY Lake only became internationally famous in more recent years, especially with the rise of tourism and social media in Peru during the 2010s. Today, it's one of the most popular day trips from Cusco. And here we finally arrived at HUMANTAY Lake. What an absolutely beautiful scenery! The bright turquoise water, the snow-covered mountains, and the peaceful atmosphere all together make this place feel unreal. After such a difficult hike, standing here and seeing this view feels incredibly rewarding. This is definitely one of those places that looks even more beautiful in real life than in photos. On the way back down the mountain, we started noticing so many horses roaming freely around the area. Seeing them surrounded by the massive Andes Mountains made the whole place feel even more peaceful and untouched by the modern world. It honestly looked like something straight out of a movie. With this, our journey at HUMANTAY Lake comes to an end. We took countless beautiful photos, felt the fresh mountain air, and stood in awe of the massive glacial mountains that surround this sacred place. The lake was glowing in its iconic bright turquoise color, a view that truly feels unreal in person. The striking color of the lake changes depending on the weather and season. During the dry season, from May to October, the skies are much clearer and sunlight penetrates the water more directly, making the turquoise tones even more vivid. Early mornings usually offer the calmest water and the most intense colors, while later in the day, wind creates ripples that slightly change how the light reflects off the surface. We were lucky enough to witness it at its absolute best. After the hike, we made our way back to Cusco. Tomorrow, we take our flight back to Lima, and our journey slowly comes to an end. We ended the day with a hot cappuccino in beautiful Cusco, sitting once again in the iconic Plaza de Armas. If you've followed my Peru videos, you already know I'm a little obsessed with this place. And just like that, we say goodbye for now. Enjoy Peru.